If I can't see you, how can I help you? Okay. So you need to know I'm calling out these things. Yes, I see you, but that also means I'm doing this out of love because if I see you, I can help you. You need to know this. And in fact, if you're already just ready to get some help right now, this episode is brought to you by HeidiRain.com. That is our company that does coaching, consulting, helps you to break free from toxic relationships and get your life back and your power back, or decide if you want to stay or go. HeidiRain.com. It is my empowerment company, my coaching and personal development company that I serve you with. So go check it out. All right. So level one of a codependent is I'm trying to fix them. I'm doing all the things. I'm doing all the stuff. I'm looking at the meetings. I'm looking at the schedule. I'm driving them to the meetings. Level two codependent thinks they're better than level one. So a level two codependent says things like, well, to the other codependent, a level two codependent will say to a level one codependent, well, honey, you know you can't change them and you know you can't fix them and you know what you're doing is not working because you have no control. But God will fix them and God will change them and God has all the I mean, you're the same person with a spiritual bypass. Okay. Okay. You're the same codependent. You're just up leveling, leaving it to the Lord to fix or change somebody. Instead, when we heal from codependency, we focus on ourselves. We learn how to deal within ourselves and stop trying to change and fix the people around you. So that's a symptom. If you are trying to change or fix somebody around you, or you're leaving it to the Lord to rain his holy epiphany down on somebody, you're settling. Pray for God to rain his epiphany on you. All right. Okay. And the last one, how you know you're settling, is such a good one. I mean, I feel like they've all been good. I wanted to chop this up. They always say, oh, people don't have long attention spans, but you do. You want to hear all the things. That's why I make these longer videos, because I know you're like, yes, give me all the details. Here's the last thing. You are settling if you're doing this very special kind of dance. Now, I love to dance. I love to dance. I teach Zumba on the side for a little fun. I go salsa dancing with my friends. I love to dance. So I'm not good at dancing, but I'm all right. Okay. I hold my own. But this type of dance isn't fun. This type of dance seems fun, but it's not. Okay. It's not a good dance. It is the dance of denial. And I learned that from Tony Robbins. So let me like upgrade. Not that I'm gonna let me upgrade Tony Robbins material. Okay. Let me like do better than he did. But I'm gonna explain it in a little bit of a different way. Okay. God love him. All right. The dance of denial looks like this. You're in a relationship with somebody and it's a shit show. Okay. It is not working currently as it is. It is no bueno. Right. But here's with the dance of denial. You waltz your way, or you lambada, or you macarena your way into the past, and you romanticize the past. You romanticize it. You think, well, when I first met them, they were really great, or like we had so much fun, or like, hey, that first 3 days were awesome, or that first 10 years were awesome. Right. So you justify and you say, but I romanticize the past. And then I say, I'm in the past and I get a really good feeling. Let's say Jim in the current moment is just an ass. Okay. Jim is not a good partner to you. Janet is not a good partner to you. Julia, whatever, how many J names I can think about, is not a good partner for you. But you fantasize and romanticize when you first met them, they really were. That gives you enough juice, just like Al Anon or therapy. You mentally make yourself feel better so that you can tolerate that person in the present moment by remembering who they used to be. That is not helpful for you. That takes you out of reality into fantasy land, and it makes you believe it's better than it is. And you cannot fix something you do not acknowledge is real. And you don't acknowledge it's real when you pretend they're who they used to be instead of who they really are. Okay. Another way you do that is you waltz, macarena, shimmy your way into fantasizing. So you jump from romanticizing the past to fantasizing about the future. It's a shit show right now. It is no bueno right now in the current moment, but you go, but it's going to be better. Yeah, I can see a future for us. I know that he has so much potential. And if he just does what he needs to do and he gets a hold of recovery, our lives are going to be amazing. We're going to take trips. He's going to be a spokesperson for recovery. We're going to start a coaching company. I mean, you just have all this thing in your head and you fantasize. And then what happens? You get a little shot of dopamine because the brain doesn't know the difference between past, present, or future. The brain follows whatever direction you give it. It wants to feel it doesn't care. It has no time. Brain has no time. I mean, yes, time is a construct of the brain. We're not getting into like a metaphysical conversation right now. Let's stick to the roots. Okay, we don't get too fluffy over here. Basically, what I'm saying to you is you give yourself a shot of dopamine right now by thinking about somebody in the future tense. And then you transpose that future tense version of that person on the present moment, and you think, it's not that bad. I feel better. You have to be willing to sit with pain long enough to make you pull the trigger to change. You got to be willing to sit with the pain long enough so it pushes you in the direction of action. But if you're always romanticizing and fantasizing your way out of pain, you're never going to take any action. So if that's you, I want you to notice that. Do you do that? I've given you 5 things to pay attention to this week, haven't I? 5 things to pay attention to in ways that you might be settling. Start with 1 and just give it a whirl. Well, Heidi, maybe I already know I'm settling because I'm already great. You don't even need to do that. You don't need to sit with it. You don't need to do anything. What you need to do then is take the next step, which is join my toxic relationship recovery course so you can stop doing that. How do you stop settling? You stop it, but it is more, it's not. The joke is you just stop it. You don't just stop it. There are processes, there are things you have to do in order to start to break these lies that we tell ourselves apart. And that's where I come in. That's the work that I get to do with you. So if you're interested in, hey, taking the next step, or you want to schedule a 90-minute strategic deep dive with me, which you can do, where I'll assess your situation. You can tell me all the details. We'll get together for 90 minutes and I will tell you exactly. I'll get my crystal ball and I'll tell you exactly what I see happening, what's likely going to happen, and help you strategize a plan to move forward. You get to have the life you want, but you have to first realize the life you're living